Welcome to the STARS program, seniors taking active roles in society. And now, here's your host, Anita Finley.
The woman that knows it all when it comes to entertainment, and that's Linda Birdsey, and she's at the Kravis Center. I have to just say that I was here for many, many years before the Kravis Center for the Performing Arts was here, and I just hold that in my memory because it's hard for other people who are newcomers to say, what do you mean there wasn't a Kravis Center? Well, there wasn't, and we didn't get the kind of shows we get now. So thank you, Linda Birdsey.
Oh, well, thank you. It's not me, but yes, I'm just a part of the team. But thank you.
Yeah, it's really important that people can come here and on a Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, or during the week, they can have the kinds of shows that you're going to tell us about. So what can we expect?
Oh, my gosh. We have so many shows this season coming up. Of course, if you've seen our season brochure, which you have, which is just going out there to right now our donors have the brochure and are ordering. And some of our media, of course, like you yourself, have the brochure to look at and see. But we have, starting off, of course, we've got Jerry Seinfeld coming in October for 3 shows, which are just about, I'm pretty sure, almost sold out.
Oh, it's amazing. He must have quite a tour. Does he go a lot of places, or does he limit it? And this is special.
I believe he's got like a full. I'm sure he has a full. You can go on his website. I'm sure he has a full tour schedule. Throughout the U.S. And we're excited that he's stopping here as part of his tour, which is great for us and kind of kicks off our season in a nice way with someone, a high-profile comedian.
Have you ever seen him? I've never seen him in person.
I have, and it was years and years ago. I'm talking like in the 80s. That's when I saw him. So that's been a long time, but he's so classic and so wonderful. So we're excited to have him. And then right on his heels, of course, we have Last Comic Standing is coming November 10th. If you're familiar with that show that appears on NBC. Again, these are up-and-coming comics who would love to be, I'm sure, Jerry Seinfeld one day and have the notoriety. So that's a great show to catch. And then there's so much. We have a lot of we have more comedy throughout. We've got, coming in November, we have, we have a whole series of, it's not a series, but we have a theme running, a Beatles theme. It's the McCartney years in November. Then we have a show about John Lennon's music. And then we have another show later on featuring the music of the Beatles. So we have a whole theme of, Beatles music running through our season, which is great.
It's amazing how it never left, did it? Like some music comes and then it's gone in a way, but never left.
Nope, not at all. I'm just highlighting some things we have. Of course, we have Kansas coming here, they've never been here before. I'm sure some of our boomers are very familiar with Kansas. A great show that everyone loves, the Midtown Men, Holiday and Hits. These are 4 stars from the original cast of the Jersey Boys. They're going to be bringing us some music of not only the Jersey Boys, but also some nice holiday music, too, as well. And groups like that, Straight No Chaser, will be back and with their new tour. It's called the New Old Fashioned Tour. So, again, another great group of guys to hear sing. I mean, we've got so much. Broadway on Ice is coming, where it's a wonderful Broadway music and great ice dancing, ice skating.
So how do you do that with your stage?
Well, they do. It is ice, because I've, at another theater, it's a process. It's actually to make a good news story, but they lay down piping and they freeze, the stage. And, there's protection put around, but they dance on ice, and you're going to get the spray and all that sort of thing. It'll be a lot of fun around the holidays. So, Celtic Women is coming for, it's a Celtic Women Home for Christmas Symphony tour. Well Strung Christmas, which is another. Well Strung was it's a group of guys. They sing, and they're a quartet of violinists And we had them last year with our Peak series, and they were awesome. And so they were so awesome, we wanted to bring them back. And now they have this great Christmas show that they're doing. And so we're happy to have them. They're going to be in our Dreyfus Hall. I mean, Kristin Chenoweth. Are you familiar with Kristin Chenoweth?
I've heard of him, but I've never seen him. What is?
Kristin Chenoweth. She's from the Broadway. She was the original in Wicked. She was Glenda. The Good
yes.
Witch.
Okay, I know who that is now.
And then she's had several. She's been on TV. She's been in movies. She has been, all over. And she's got a fantastic voice. So she in fact, just did the Tonys this season. If you saw the Tonys. She was co-hosting the Tonys there, and
right. That's now wonderful. I know. Yes, fabulous, and so
fabulous.
That's amazing.
And then we have the producers, Mel Brooks musical. We're going to do a one night of that on New Year's Eve.
Oh, I know. I saw that advertised. I love that show.
And now, who's being picked up a lot? I see in press and stories is we have William Shatner coming. Shatner's World, starring William Shatner.
Oh, that's great. He's really something.
It's a one-man force of nature. Actor, singer, author, producer, director, spokesman, and comedian delivers an over-the-top performance packed with laugh-out-loud humor. I'm just reading directly from his stuff, but it's going to be a wonderful night of him. And that's in February, but before that, in January, we're going to have Star Trek, the Ultimate Voyage concert tour.
Oh, my.
So here you're going to have an orchestra, and they'll be playing while you watch up on the big screen scenes from past Star Trek and Next Generation. They'll be playing the live music. So it's going to be, so now we have a Trek theme going on, a Star Trek theme going. We're real excited about two cellos coming. Are you familiar with two cellos? The young Croatian cellist?
No, I've heard of them, but I would love to see that. That's fantastic. Oh, yeah. No, I don't know that.
They are... they're phenomenal. They're great, and so we're excited about bringing them to the season.
Now they're not related. They're not related. They're individuals, aren't they?
Yeah, they're just. I think they were friends or something. But yes, they. I think they saw their fame in 2011 with a YouTube video, and so it's been up, just climbing in popularity ever since. Of course, Patti LaBelle is joining us this year. It's going to be
great.
She's part of our gala. We're excited about that. And then, of course, we're so excited. Michael Feinstein conducts the Kravis Center Pops. We have that series returning.
Oh, right. But why do I think that he's a singer?
Oh, he's going to. Well, we started the series last year. Michael Feinstein conducts the Kravis Center Pops, and he conducted 3 performances. It's a package of three shows. So this year he's going to conduct the first and the third, and he will be singing, and we'll have a guest conductor for the second show.
Oh, that's super.
Larry Blank will be the guest conductor, associate conductor. And then
how do you sleep at night, Linda?
Oh my God!
You sleep
and then
with
I don't know
this.
if you got the news that we're getting an organ. Have you heard about this?
No.
We're getting an Opus 11. It's a Marshall and Ogletree Opus 11 digital organ. It's going to be the premiere of we're doing a show on March 9th with Cameron Carpenter. He'll be with the Jacksonville Symphony Orchestra, and he's a former child prodigy, who his repertoire is from Bach to film scores. I mean, he is so gifted with this instrument, and this organ is like any other. We're there's only 10 other of these organs in the world, and we're commissioning through a special gift through Alexander Dreyfus, who is helping to make this possible.
I was just going to say, you had to have somebody buy that for how wonderful.
11 digital organ. So that is going to be a show not to miss.
That would be great if you could do Phantom of the Opera using that.
I know. We've got to get Phantom of the Opera here first, huh?
Okay, yeah, got to do that.
We're going to work on that.
Good.
Sophia Loren's going to join us in March, and of course Johnny Mathis coming back. We've got our Tony Bennett. We've got Itzhak Perlman's coming in with the Fiddlers in the Fiddler's House.
Oh, wow!
The Fiddler's House. If you've heard of that, Joffrey Ballet is going to be on stage. Chris Bodie's returning. I mean, there's so much in Dreyfus Hall. Penn and Teller are new here. I don't believe they've been here before, but Penn and Teller will be here. And so we've got so much, and that's Dreyfus. And then, of course, we've got our regional arts, our classical series.
Yep.
And that's with all our big orchestras coming: Munich Symphony, Orpheus Chamber, Cleveland Orchestra, Buffalo, Philadelphia, Russian, Jerusalem Symphony Orchestra. I mean, Toronto Symphony. It's all here. We probably do more classical under one roof than any place else in South Florida.
Sounds like it's
big
true.
I'm talking about the big ones.
Yep. Orpheus, those are world
These are all
famous.
international orchestras.
Yeah,
right?
they are. They're world famous. And so most of the time, though, these people come in only for one night, don't they?
They come in for one night, and they're because they're either doing 2 performances. Now, sometimes they'll come in for more because they'll come in like Munich Symphony Orchestra coming in November. They're going to play at 8 o'clock on the 21st, and then they're going to play on Sunday on the 22nd at 2. Because, we have a 2-series program with our regional arts. We have music at 8 and music at 2.
Okay, so that's... And so when they come in for the... But let's just go back to the ones who are just in for the night. Mm-hmm. That's just... and you have a lot of those, don't you?
60 people, right. Mm-hmm.
I just can't...
Plus, whatever.
Yep. But then when you have the people who are there, just like Seinfeld's going to be there for, what, three days? Or
he's here for 3 performances. The 2 of those are on the same night.
Right. I've always wondered, and this is just getting off not off the beat a little bit, but how can they perform that much? They do sometimes it's 2 hours, and they go back and they do another 2 hours. You wonder how they can do that.
Well, Broadway does it, when they have those 2-day
right
for 2 performances. And think of when we had the Rockettes here, remember they sometimes did 4 and 5 performances in one day.
I know. I don't know. Do you watch them? Are they exhausted, or once they get on stage, they just are something different?
They, they're professionals. They're talented, so they know they need to pace themselves and take care of themselves. We have the Rinker Playhouse, and we've got some great. I don't know if you had a chance to look through there. We got Late Night Catechism coming in. Jake Shimabukura's coming back, who was here before. Mm-hmm. An awesome ukulele player. And, wow, what else? We have the Aquila Theaters bringing Romeo and Juliet. Forbidden Broadway's coming back.
Wait. What do you mean the Aquila Theater? Where's that?
Aquila Theater. It's
Aquila.
It's a touring theater that comes and tours.
I see.
Comes to Aquila Theater, and it comes every year, and we usually do 2 shows in reps. So they're doing one is Romeo and Juliet, and that's one of those, and I think the other one is The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. So we'll be doing those 2 shows in rep. We have Steve Solomon's going to be here. Do you know?
No.
Solomon?
No.
It's cannolis, latkes, and guilt.
Oh yes. I do know that. Oh yes, I've seen that. And when is that coming?
That's in December. All your listeners, they can find all about this if they go onto our website, kravis.org, our official website. And if they go to kravis.org /brochure, they can actually see the brochure and turn the pages. Here, I think we have a new show coming in April we're really excited about, Old Jews Telling Jokes.
Oh, no. Come on, tell me about that. What is that?
It's Old Jews Telling Jokes. It was inspired by the website oldjewstellingjokes.com, and features both new and timeless songs and jokes. And
that's
it's like if you've ever visited a doctor or walked into a bar with a priest, a rabbi, and a frog. It's 5 actors, and they just go on and on about,
Oh, my gosh.
This is going to be hysterical.
Oh, it is, and that's in April.
That's in April. We also have Dr. Ruth, Becoming Dr. Ruth, An Unexpected Journey. This is the story of Dr. Ruth, and it's really interesting. It's going to be in the Rinker. It's an actress portraying Dr. Ruth.
Oh, okay.
But if you didn't know, before she became, Dr. Ruth, and famous for what she is in her TV and radio shows, she survived the Holocaust. But she also was in the Israeli army.
Not the real Dr.
She
Ruth.
was a sniper, yes.
You're kidding.
Nope.
Well, that would be a marvelous thing. When is that going to be?
That's going to be in March.
Oh, my heavens. Wow. When you ought to try to get some of those people on my radio show. I think that could help. Anytime you can get one of them, if
Sure.
let's do that. Let's put them on.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think this could be wonderful. I would love to do that.
And then we have the Person Hall. Of course, we have, so many great singers here coming through. If we just, Johnny Rogers, we're doing Dreaming of a Song, the music of Hoagie Carmichael. We're featuring, we've got Steve Ross and Riding High, the music of Porter, Astaire, and Coward. Again, we have that Lennon Through the Looking Glass, or Through a Glass Onion, I'm sorry. And that's going to be the whole John Waters and Stuart Doretta show that's going to feature, Lennon's music. And it's going to be a nice, intimate setting in Person Hall. So, it's awesome. And then, the Peak series we talked about before that we do. And we have, and that's going to be another great, of course, it's Momex is going to be part of that. The
Love
dance
them.
company,
Love
Momex.
them.
Lulu Washington Dance Company. Ryu, another New York dance company.
I saw that.
Blaze, the International Dance Spectacular, is going to be featured there. Ladysmith Black Mambazo. So many great shows. I mean, we do have, it's like Person Hall is packed. And then Adults at Leisure. Of course, this is one of the very popular series that we
What is
feature,
that?
Adults at Leisure.
Yeah,
this is
tell
the
me.
one where we have shows at 11 o'clock and 2 o'clock, and it's a six-show series. It usually sells, like our donors are usually, picking this up, quite extensively. They really just grab it. And there's not a lot left when we come to public ticket sale, but there is some. But it's 6 shows, and all the shows are 11 and 2, so it's you to pick 11 or 2. And it's 6 shows for $99.
What? No way.
6 shows for $99. This is in Dreyfus Hall, in the big hall. And so we're doing like 3 Men and a Baby, Grand, A Salute to the Rat Pack music, the fabulous Kino Orchestra, Rhapsody in Rhythm, the Gershwin Concert Experience. Avery Summers, are you familiar with Avery
Yes,
Summers?
I am. I know her, yes.
She's coming. I Love Being Here with You is her show title. Flip Side, The Patty Page Story, and then Neil Berg's 107 Years of Broadway, which everyone loves.
Oh.
And then on top of that, of course, we have our whole educational programs with our film. We have our African American Film Festival. We have our Kravis Film and Book Club, which will...
Tell me about the book club.
Well, the book club is, it's Lee Wolf. This year it will be with Lee Wolf, and our lecturers will be Lee Wolf and also Naomi Levine, who is with NYU School of Professional Studies, the Hyman Center. And then, of course, maybe Beewolf from our Lunch and Learn lectures, who has hosted and done moderating for a lot of our Lunch and Learns, which she still will be doing this year as well. So basically, there will be they talk about a book, they show a film, and then there's discussion and question.
And how many are there? How many books?
And there's also a lunch that is served with that. There's going to be 2. Harper Lee and To Kill a Mockingbird, and then Katharine Hepburn and Adam's Rib. Those are the 2 they're going to do.
Oh, that is lovely. Absolutely. And what does that cost?
It is, I'll tell you right now, $49.
And that's lunch and the whole afternoon, looks like.
Exactly. It starts at 11 o'clock.
That's so nice. Now, if someone is... you have the wonderful hearing devices. So does that work on something like that also?
Yeah, but the hall it's in, it's not like it's not going to be in a big auditorium. It's in this is going to be held in one of the, in a smaller room. It will not be in.
Oh, I see. It won't be in a big room, so it's a smaller room.
Well, actually, it will be. It'll be in Person Hall, which is like, it's that intimate, like just under 200, like under 300 seats. It'll be in Person Hall. But if you needed a device, you certainly can, request one. I'm sure they can set that up.
That's really so interesting. I wish I had, I'd like to feature some of these specifically.
We'll get you more information.
Yeah, because they get lost, in that wonderful ad we do, and we do the ads. But it'd be nice to be able to feature maybe 2 or 3 of these things that I know that our readers and radio listeners would love.
And of course, then we have lectures. We have a Writers Academy for those who are interested in writing, to start your writing ability. We, of course, with all the regional arts concerts, we also have Sharon McDaniel, of course, giving the pre-concert lecture talks. So about, what music, and notes and everything that will be happening in that.
So, Linda, if my guest is Linda Birdsey, she's Director of Marketing and Public Relations for the Kravis Center. I'm Anita Finley. And if you want to get online, that's where you'll find out all this information, because right now you're drooling, your pens won't run out of ink trying to get all this together. So it's kravis.org, K-R-A-V.
Yes, official website, kravis.org.
Yeah,
and
right.
like I said, our donors, our members are ordering tickets now. And if anyone's interested and thinks, hey, I don't want to wait till a public ticket sale, you can, you could go online to kravis.org/membership, and that'll tell you exactly how to become a member. Or just call our box office at 832-SHOW, and they can certainly walk you through it and get you set up.
And so, Linda, and I know we have talked about this before, because I think it's Lee Wolf who does. Is it Lee who books a lot of these shows years ahead?
Lee Bell.
Oh, Steve, yeah.
He's our, senior director of
right, Lee Bell.
Exactly, yeah.
So my question is this, that in doing this, people just absolutely are able to be booked 2 and 3 years ahead, huh? That's the way they do it. They do it.
It varies. It depends on what your, the classical, the orchestras need a way advance, and Broadway as well. And some of these acts, would advance. Mm-hmm. Some of them within the year that, like last year, Lee, right now, okay, we've announced this year, so Lee's now starting on next year for a lot of this. But some of it has already been decided and booked upon. If it's like the classical, things like that.
It's just, it is really a feat to behold. It's almost like running a huge circus or something. I mean, it is like a circus, right? It's
organized chaos, but and also some things just happen. In what's not going to be in the book, and we just announced it, is America's Got Talent live tour.
Oh, tell us about that.
Well, that's coming up in November. It's on sale starting August 28th. You can actually buy it before the public sale for the that's appearing in all the brochure. But it's going to go on sale August 28th. Again, kravis.org. But that's you see the TV show America's Got Talent. Yeah. This is like the 10 years anniversary celebration of that. And so they're bringing, in fact, if you go onto our website now, kravis.org/America's Got Talent, you'll see who's on the roster to come in. They're still adding people, and it won't be. It's not like they're judging. They're just bringing in some of the best of who's been on the show over the last 10 years.
And who will be the master or mistress of ceremony?
It won't be. It'll be someone that it'll just be someone that they've ID'd with the show. It won't be who you see on television like that. No.
But and how many people you think will be there? I mean, how many talents? Think 10?
Possibly. I think they have 4 right now that I've counted.
Mm-hmm.
Meeting. They have a singer. I recognize these guys. I can tell you if you go on the website right now, you can see their names and their pictures.
Mm-hmm.
But they are adding more, and I'm sure I'm sure because we did this show 2 years ago, and they did bring in the one cast person who did win that year, whatever that year was. That was the year number 8. So I'm anticipating they'll bring whoever wins this one in as well as part of this tour.
Well, actually, people who are retired and want to be amused and entertained, they could probably go to the Kravis Center every single day and see something. That's so phenomenal. This just is such a new thing for us in South Florida.
Right.
For us to have this kind of...
And we do have some, they don't come every day. I said we have our volunteers that are here every week because they're volunteering, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, you want it. We could talk about that, too. So if you love this idea, they do need volunteers. They can't possibly afford to pay people to give out, buy tickets, give out brochures, give out their programs. So we need volunteers. So go online.
We totally love our volunteers, yes. And we will be holding on September 24th. Is my date here. Make sure I have it there. At 10 o'clock, we will be holding a volunteer orientation, so they can go on our website and check that out as well. Just, and then fill out the form, send it in, and then we'll be holding a public orientation on the 24th of September.
Do you ever have an overabundance and everyone can't do it?
No.
You never do. You need
the volunteers.
Yeah, right.
No.
No kidding.
No, I think there's always something. I've got volunteers that work in my office. They're not just, some of them are, obviously the majority of them working the shows, because that's the bulk of what we need. But we do have volunteers working in the offices and things like that, too.
Sure. But, of course, this way they get to see the show. And so someone could do it every day if you needed them, right?
Exactly.
I know what I'm going to do if I ever retire, which I don't expect to, but this is the one thing I probably would love. Of all things, lectures. Come on down, right. Oh, gee, right. Well, I'm like you. We have a very small staff, and we can't, as a matter of fact, our magazine's just coming out. We were a little late because we had our big expo, which was so fantastic.
Great.
Right. And so we're just coming out today with our magazine, and so we have everyone's working in the office, except I hear I'm on the radio right now, but working to get them all out, and so we're like you in a way. We just don't. The performance that you put on there, though, is just absolutely not to be believed. Especially when you think about this being a dream. How many? You just celebrated how many years?
Well, we're going into now our 24th season.
Right.
So next season, 2016-17, will be our 25th.
Look out next season, right?
I know. Oh my gosh, look out! Next season is right. I didn't mention either, but I know we've talked about it before. Is also we have our Broadway series this year, which is great. With Blue Man Group and 42nd Street, Motown musical, Matilda the musical, Bullets Over Broadway, and then Bridges.
Oh, I know. I see that. That was the advertisement we just did in the past.
Yes. Still selling subscriptions to that fabulous stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's what people are doing. So hopefully we'll be able to tell people more about all these other things you and I have talked about. So thank you, Linda, very, very much. I look forward to seeing you at one of the next performances.
All right.
All right. Bye, Linda.